Hey, what's up? Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Why did the hearings start in the first place? These impeachment hearings? Why? Why did they start in the first place? President Zelensky had said several times that he had no idea what anybody was talking about, that there was no quid pro quo. The transcripts were released. There was no quid pro quo. It was explicitly stated by Trump himself that he didn't want any quid pro quo. President Zelensky has no reason to lie about there being no quid pro quo. But yet, here we go, with the hearings and the Democrats and trying to push this impeachment thing. Look, the Democrats used bribery because it polled better. That's tantamount to, let's say, you going to court and the prosecutor stepping outside and asking people, hey, what charge here sounds the most dastardly for this guy? What charge here sounds like it would be the most heinous sounding crime to give people the worst possible view of this person? And then coming back in the courtroom and saying, Your Honor, this is what we're charging the defendant with. Imagine that. That's what's going on here. Now imagine that same court case, but yet everybody that they're saying you were in cahoots with is saying, no, nothing happened, nothing happened, nothing happened, nothing happened. The victim is saying nothing happened, nothing happened, nothing happened. Zelensky has every reason to lie and say that there was bribery or quid pro quo, because then he could get Trump out of office, get someone else in. That person would have that feeling of, hey, I better step on eggshells around this guy because of what just happened. Let me give him the aid. Let me show them that, they would do the overcompensation. Anyways, let's read this. This is from the BBC. U.S. Canada. It's BBC. There we go. BBC, U.S. and Canada, BBC. All right. Ukraine's President Zelensky says no blackmail in Trump call. This is not corruption. It was just a call, Mr. Zelensky said on Thursday. Bam. End of story. And this isn't the first time that he said it. He said it several times. That right there should be the Democrats' call for, well, what are we doing? What are we doing? Zelensky says there was no quid pro quo. Transcripts say there was no quid pro quo. Every person that we have in there is feelings. I feel like there's quid pro quo. Yeah, well, I feel like a bacon double cheeseburger, but does that make me a bacon double cheeseburger? No, it doesn't. So, why? Why through this all charade? Well, my theory, like I said, is to take the radical base that is already on the Democratic partisan lines and Democratic partisan lines and solidifying the base. The call prompted, continuing to read, the call prompted a whistleblower complaint and Democratic impeachment inquiry of the Republican president. Mr. Trump denies withholding U.S. aid while pressuring Ukraine to investigate political rival Joe Biden. Was he really that much of a political rival? I just don't think so. Impeachment is a process by which Congress can vote to oust a president, though it requires support from a majority of both chambers, and as such is currently thought unlikely to pass the Republican-controlled Senate, which it probably won't. Speaking to reporters at a news conference in Kiev on Thursday, Mr. Zelensky said of his 25th July call with Mr. Trump, there was no blackmail. It was not the subject of our conversation. And the transcripts even say, no, there was no quid pro quo. Zelensky is saying it. They're trying to push this narrative upon everybody that, and it's all about sound bites and clicks. News stories put this headline in there. People read the headline, and that's it. They think don't know the news. They don't get into there. They don't read the story, and that's what they're banking on. The news cycle in today's day and age is absurd. Hunter Biden, his son had landed a lucrative position in 2014 with Burisma, and that's what found it under scrutiny, and lo and behold, yes, Burisma was found to be corrupt. Mr. Trump has said that Mr. Biden did so in order, hold on, let me back up. As U.S. Vice President, Mr. Biden, like other Western officials, put pressure on Ukraine in 2016 to have the prosecutor fired, citing corruption concerns, and there were corruption concerns within Burisma. I'm baffled. Why Mr. Prosecutor, I'm relating this to something we can all understand, an episode of Law and Order, let's say. You're on trial. The prosecutor knows that the supposed victim is saying that there was no crime. You're saying there was no crime. There's transcripts that saying there was no crime, but there are witnesses who say that they feel like there was a crime. Does that mean that there was a crime? Do we go on feelings over facts? Is that what we do now? I always, as of course, encourage you to look into the story yourselves and come out with your own opinion and look at a whole bunch of different sources. It just baffles me how much, in my opinion, in my voiced opinion, a waste of time these impeachment hearings have been, and how much of a divide of the American people the Democrats have done by pursuing this, even though they knew everybody involved said that there was no proof of quid pro quo, only feelings. I'm sorry, feelings don't matter. Your feelings don't have any place in this argument right here. Did Trump break a law? No. Was he boorish? Yes. Was it ill-advised to place that phone call? Yes. Did he break a law? No. Did he hurt some feelings? Obviously. Are the Democrats trying to run with it and divide the country and solidify their own real base for selfish reasons? I believe so, but those are only my opinions. I would like your opinions. What do you believe? Do you think the Democrats have it? Did Trump break a law? If he did, explain to me, please, in the comments section, what law he broke and what proof there is that he broke this law. Feelings aside, proof and evidence. Anyways, that's all I got for this one. I'll see you guys on the next one, and get your source from your news from multiple sources. There's nothing wrong with dissenting opinions. How do you know your belief system is correct if your belief system is never challenged? And listen to other people as well. Hear their arguments, weigh their arguments against yours, but don't deny facts. Don't be like the Democrats and deny facts. And Republicans do it too, yes. It's just in this particular instance, it's the Democrats that are way off the rails. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. This video will be demonetized simply because it's my channel, it seems. It's like a rubber stamp. While it's in the 95% processing stage of uploading, it instantly gets labeled not suitable for all advertisers. So engagement will help me in the long run. I appreciate you guys' time. You guys are worthwhile. You guys are awesome and beautiful people. You are worthwhile having the correct information so that way you can base your own educated decision. But you cannot educate yourself if you live in an echo chamber. Anyways, thank you much. I thank you for your valuable time. I'll see you guys on the next one.